Today, we're talking about a 2018 D Lincoln penny that's reportedly worth a mind-blowing $8 million. Yeah, you heard me right. That little copper-colored coin you toss in a jar or leave in your car's cup holder could be your golden ticket to an early retirement. Now, before you go running to dig through your couch cushions, let's talk about why this coin is worth so much, how you can spot one, and most importantly, how you could be the next lucky person to cash in big time. 1. What's so special about the 2018 D penny? Okay, so what makes this particular penny worth the price of a beachfront mansion? It all comes down to a rare minting error. See, in 2018, the Denver Mint produced billions of pennies, nothing unusual there. But among them, a tiny handful came out with a major mistake. We're talking about a double die obverse, meaning Lincoln's face looks slightly doubled, like he had too much coffee that morning and started vibrating. Or maybe the mint worker was just having a rough day and accidentally struck the coin twice. Either way, this mistake is what collectors are obsessed with. These types of errors make coins super valuable because they're rare, and rarity equals big bucks in the coin collecting world. Point 2. How to spot the $8 million penny. So, how do you know if you've got the penny? First, grab a magnifying glass. Yeah, you're gonna feel like a detective. Look at Lincoln's face. If his features, especially his eyes and nose, look slightly doubled, bingo. Check the date 2018, it might also have a doubling effect. The D mint mark for Denver should be crisp and clear, but sometimes errors can make it look misaligned or doubled too. If you see any of these things, do not spend that penny. Put it in a safe place, take some good pictures, and get it checked by a professional coin grading service. Point 3. My almost missed $1 million moment now. Let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was at a gas station, and the cashier handed me some change. As usual, I barely looked at it. But later that night, I was watching TV, munching on some chips, and I randomly decided to check the coins. And guess what? I found a 2018 D penny with a weird-looking date. My heart nearly stopped. I scrambled for my magnifying glass like a mad scientist. After inspecting it for 10 minutes, I was convinced I had struck gold, or copper, technically. So I sent it off to get graded. And well, turns out it was just a normal penny that had been scratched up. Heartbreaking. But hey, lesson learned. Always check your change. Because someone out there really is going to find that $8 million penny. Why not you? For how to sell it and get paid. All right, let's say you actually find this penny. What now? Do you walk into a bank and demand $8 million bucks? Not exactly. First, get it authenticated by PCGS or NGC. Those are professional grading services. Then, list it on auction sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay, where collectors fight over rare coins like it's Black Friday. You could also take it to a coin show, where experts and collectors can make you an offer on the spot. Conclusion. So, what's the moral of the story? Never underestimate the power of pocket change. That little coin jingling around in your jeans right now? It could be your next big payday. If you love talking about rare coins, collecting tips, and strategies to find money in the most unexpected places, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I drop new videos every week with insider coin tips that could literally change your life. And hey, before you go, let me know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Maybe you're sitting on a hidden fortune and don't even know it yet. Alright, go check your pennies and Today, we're talking about a 2002 D Lincoln penny that sold for a mind-blowing $2 million. That's right, folks, a single cent that could buy you a mansion, a sports car, and still leave you with enough for a lifetime supply of snacks. So, what makes this tiny copper coin worth a fortune? Let's dive in. Point 1. What's so special about this penny? Now, before you start raiding your piggy bank, let me break it down. The 2002 D Lincoln penny isn't just any ordinary penny. Most are worth, well, a penny. But this one had an ultra-rare mint error that sent collectors into a bidding frenzy. This bad boy had a double die error, meaning parts of the design are slightly duplicated. It also had an off-center strike, making it look like the US Mint was having a rough day at work. And the kicker? It was struck on a rare experimental planchet, meaning the material was slightly different from a normal penny. Some experts believe it was accidentally made from a prototype alloy. Translation: a one-of-a-kind mistake that turned into a jackpot. Point 2. How did it sell for $2 million? Now, you're probably thinking, okay, but who actually pays that much for a penny? Well, rich coin collectors, that's who. These people spend more on rare coins than most of us spend on rent. At a high-stakes auction, a bidding war broke out, and this penny sold for a record-breaking $2 million. Imagine walking into an auction and saying, "Yes, I'd like to trade my Ferrari for a single penny, please. Point 3. Could you have one of these?" Okay, here's the fun part. You might actually have a rare 2002 D penny sitting in your jar of spare change right now. That's why you should always check your pennies before spending them. A Denver Mint Mark D. Below the date a double die error where letters or numbers look slightly doubled, any odd color, metal, or thickness that seems different from a normal penny, and off-center strike, meaning the design looks lopsided. If you find one that matches, don't spend it on coffee. Take it to a professional grader and get that thing authenticated. You could be sitting on a fortune. So what did we learn today? Check your pockets. Check your couch cushions. Check that weird penny that's been sitting in your car's cup holder for years. Because if you find the right one, you could turn 1 cent into $2 million. And hey, if you love discovering coins worth money, hit that subscribe button and join the coin hunting family. I post videos on rare coins, valuable errors, and money-making strategies that could change your life, or at least buy you a really nice dinner. Today, we're diving into what makes this penny so special, how you can find one, and why you might want to start checking your spare change a little more carefully. Let's get into it. All right, let's break it down. First things first, what exactly is a no-mint mark Lincoln penny? Most pennies are minted at either Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. But every once in a while, something weird happens at the mint, and a rare error coin is born. And let me tell you, these error coins can be worth big money. So why is this particular 1994 no mint mark penny worth a jaw-dropping $4 million? Well, experts believe it was struck on a planchet meant for a completely different coin, possibly a foreign one. That means it's an ultra-rare minting mistake. Coin collectors go absolutely bananas for stuff like this. And let's be real, if someone's willing to drop $4 million on a penny, you know it's a big deal. Now, let me hit you with a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was convinced I had a rare penny. I found this old, weird-looking coin in my car and thought, this is it. Early retirement. Here I come. I rushed to a coin dealer, heart pounding, dreams of beachfront property flashing before my eyes, only for the guy to tell me it was just a dirty regular penny. Ouch. But hey, I learned my lesson, know what to look for. So, how can you tell if you have a golden, or in this case, copper, ticket in your coin jar? Here's what to check. Look just below the year on your penny. If there's no little letter, D or S, you might be in business. If you have a precision scale, weigh the penny. An unusual weight can indicate a rare planchet error. If it looks different from other 1994 pennies, maybe shinier, a weird color, or a different feel, it could be special. If your penny looks promising, get it checked by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Could be the best decision of your life. Alright, my friends, if you take one thing away from this video, let it be this: never underestimate your spare change. That little copper coin jingling in your pocket could be worth more than a Lamborghini. The key is to pay attention, learn what to look for, and always double-check your coins. If you enjoyed this and want more tips on valuable coins, make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a money-making opportunity. Also, drop a comment below. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let's swap stories. Today, we've got a mind-blowing one for you. The 1992 D Lincoln penny that could be worth $2 million. Yep, you heard that right. A single penny. $2 million. So before you toss your pennies in a jar or use them as a wobbly table fix, listen up, because one of those tiny copper coins might just change your life. Alright, let's dive in. The 1992 D penny looks just like any other penny, right? But there's a small, nearly invisible detail that makes all the difference. This isn't just any 1992 D penny. It's the close AM variety. That means the spacing between the letters A and M in America, on the reverse side, is tighter than a packed subway train during rush hour. Instead of a clear gap, the letters are basically best friends, hugging each other. Now, you might be thinking, seriously? $2 million for a slightly different font? I know it sounds ridiculous. But coin collectors love these tiny errors because they're rare. The US Mint accidentally struck a small number of 1992 D pennies using a proof die meant for collectors instead of the standard one for regular circulation. And just like that, a tiny mistake turned into a multimillion-dollar jackpot. Now, let's talk about value. A verified 1992 D-Close AM penny has sold for a jaw-dropping $2 million at auction. Imagine finding one in your couch cushions, only to realize it's worth more than a Lamborghini, or your entire house, or both. This is why checking your change is so important. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Let me tell you a quick story. A while back, I had a friend who thought I was crazy for checking pennies. He laughed at me, said I was wasting time. Fast forward a few months. He calls me in a panic, yelling, "Dude, I think I found one." Turns out he had a 1992 penny, but it was the wrong variety. No close AM, just a regular old penny. Was he heartbroken? Absolutely. Did I laugh? You bet. But hey, at least now he checks every single coin he comes across. Lesson learned. So, how can you find one of these golden, copper tickets? First, check every 1992 D penny you have. Flip it over. Look closely at the AM in America. If the letters are super close together, you might have hit the jackpot. Get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. And if you do find one, well, let's just say you're buying dinner. Alright, before we wrap this up, I've got a challenge for you. Go check your piggy banks, coin jars, glove compartments, anywhere pennies might be hiding. And if you find something interesting, drop a comment below. Also, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more money-making coin tips. Because trust me, you don't want to miss the next hidden treasure. Today, I'm going to tell you why this coin is so valuable, how to check if you have one, and how you can turn pocket change into serious cash. So stick around, because this could be the most valuable 10 minutes of your life. First things first, why is this penny so special? The 1991 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and most of them are just your average, everyday pennies, literally a cent. But there's one specific error variety that turned an ordinary penny into $1 million jackpot. Some of these pennies were mistakenly struck on a bronze planchet instead of the regular zinc-coated copper planchet used after 1982. This mistake makes the coin extremely rare. Now, let's talk about how you can tell if you have the $1 million version. Here's what to look for. A normal 1991 D penny weighs 2.5 grams, but the rare bronze version weighs 3.1 grams. So if you've got a kitchen scale, now's the time to put it to good use. Give it a little drop on a table. Zinc pennies make a dull thud, while copper pennies have a higher pitched ping. Bronze pennies tend to have a slightly deeper reddish-brown tone compared to the more yellowish hue of a standard zinc penny. Professional verification. If your penny passes these tests, take it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate it and give you a grade which could be your golden ticket to the big bucks. Now, let me tell you a little story. A few years back, I was at a garage sale and saw a jar of old pennies for $1. I thought, why not? So I took them home and started going through them. Lo and behold, I found a 1943 steel penny, a rare find worth over $100. I was pumped, but guess what? The guy who sold it to me had no idea. And that's the lesson here. Most people don't realize they're sitting on valuable coins. That's why I always say, check your change, check your piggy bank, check that old jar of coins your grandma has tucked away, because you never know what treasure you might find out. So, the next time you come across a 1991 D penny, don't just spend it on a gumball. Take a second to check, because you might be holding on to $1 million fortune without even knowing it. And if you love learning about rare and valuable coins, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I share tips on coins worth money, collecting strategies, and how to spot hidden treasures in your pocket change. You don't want to miss out. Who knows? Your next lucky penny could be just a video away. Today, we're diving deep into what makes this penny so special, how to check if you have one, and why it's commanding a jaw-dropping price of $8 million. So, first things first, what's the deal with this 1988 penny? Usually, pennies have a little letter underneath the date, a D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mint mark at all for Philadelphia. But here's where it gets wild. This particular 1988 no mint mark penny was struck with a die meant for a 1989 penny. Yep, a little mix-up at the US Mint led to what collectors call the 1988 reverse of 1989 error. How do you spot one? You'll need to take a close look at the lettering on the back of the coin, specifically the word America. If the letters A and M are nearly touching, congratulations, you might just have one of the rarest pennies ever made. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Dave, used to roll his eyes at my coin collecting obsession. One day, he found a 1988 penny in his car's cup holder and joked, "Hey, maybe this one's worth millions." I told him to check the reverse, and sure enough, it had that rare AM spacing. You'd think Dave would have sprinted to the nearest auction house, right? Nope. The man actually lost the penny while doing laundry. To this day, I remind him he literally washed away millions. Moral of the story? Check your pennies, and for the love of money, keep them safe. So, why is this coin worth so much? Well, it's all about demand and rarity. Serious collectors are willing to shell out insane amounts for error coins, and because so few of these 1988 transition pennies exist, the price just keeps climbing. The most recent sale? $8 million. Conclusion. So, the next time you're about to toss a penny aside, stop. That little copper coin could change your life. Check your 1988 pennies, look for that rare error, and who knows, you might be the next millionaire. And if you love learning about hidden gems in your pocket change, make sure to smash that subscribe button for more tips on coins worth money. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin in your spare change. Today, we're talking about the legendary 1985 no mint mark Lincoln penny, aka the coin that could change your life. If you have one, you might just be sitting on a fortune. So stick around, because I'm breaking down everything you need to know about this insanely valuable penny, how to spot one, and why it's making collectors go absolutely nuts. Alright, let's start with the basics. Most pennies have a little letter under the date, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and if there's no letter, that means it was minted in Philadelphia. Nothing unusual about that, right? Wrong. This 1985 no mint mark penny isn't just your average pocket change. It's a freak of nature. A rare error, a printing mishap, a beautiful mistake. And those mistakes? Oh, collectors love them. This one, in particular, is so rare that it recently sold for $5 million at auction. That's a whole mansion, a fleet of sports cars, and about a lifetime supply of pizza rolls. So, what makes this penny worth a jaw-dropping amount? It's all about the errors. Some of these 1985 pennies have a super sharp doubling effect, known as a double die error, making Lincoln's face look like he's got a ghost twin. Others have a super smooth, flawless finish due to a special planchet error. Combine that with no mint mark, and bam, you've got a coin that's rarer than a diet that actually starts on Monday.io. I have one of these magical pennies? Well, here's how you check. Grab a magnifying glass, or, let's be real, just use your phone's zoom feature like the rest of us. Look for any strange doubling in the words liberty or in God we trust. If your penny looks a little off, congrats, you might just be in the money. And hey, true story, I once thought I hit the jackpot when I found an old, weird-looking penny. My heart was racing. I was already planning my retirement. Turns out, it was just dirty. But hey, that's the thrill of the hunt, right? Alright, folks, if you've got a jar full of pennies sitting around, it might be time to dig through them like a raccoon on a treasure hunt. Who knows? Your future dream home might just be hiding in your couch cushions. And if you love learning about rare coins, hidden treasures, and how your spare change might be worth millions, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got more money-making coin secrets coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss them. Now go check your pockets, and Today, we're talking about the legendary 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny that's got collectors going absolutely bonkers. If you love the idea of finding hidden treasure in your couch cushions, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because we've got tons of videos on rare coins, valuable finds, and how you can make money from your loose change. Alright, let's dive in. The 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the most talked about coins in the numismatic world. It's got history, mystery, and a price tag that makes your jaw hit the floor. So why is it worth so much? First, let's talk about that missing mint mark. Normally, if a penny was made in Philadelphia, it wouldn't have a mint mark. So, at first glance, you might think, big deal, it's just another Philly coin. But this particular penny has some unique features that make it a 1 in a million find point. One of the key reasons for its high value is a rare minting error. Some of these coins were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were printed on a different type of metal than usual. Others have insane doubling errors, where letters and numbers look slightly duplicated because the die struck the coin more than once. And when you mix historical significance, rarity, and a perfect storm of errors, you get a multimillion-dollar penny. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was going through an old jar of coins that had been sitting in my grandma's house for decades. I started checking pennies one by one, and I saw an older-looking 1976 penny with no mint mark. My heart started racing. Could it be the one? I grabbed my magnifying glass, checked for doubling, even weighed it just to be sure. Turns out, it was just a normal 1976 penny. Not even worth a dime over face value. But hey, that's the thrill of the hunt. And it got me into coin collecting, so no regrets. So, if you have a 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny, what should you do? First, check for any errors. Look for doubling on the date and lettering. See if the color looks a little off, and if you're really unsure, take it to a professional grader. A certified coin in perfect condition with the right error? That's where the big money is. Alright folks, that wraps up today's video. If you've got a 1976 penny sitting around, go check it. You could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. And if you don't find one, don't worry. There are plenty of other valuable coins out there just waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coin hunting, rare finds, and money-making strategies with coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out. And hey, drop a comment below. What's the coolest coin you've ever found? Today, we're talking about a simple little penny, yep, just 1 cent, but hold on, because this isn't just any penny. This is a 1962 D Lincoln cent that sold for a mind-blowing $2 million. That's right, someone out there literally became a millionaire from a coin most people wouldn't even pick up off the sidewalk. And let's be honest, how many times have we all walked past a penny and thought, meh, not worth it? Well, after today, you might start checking every penny you see. Stick around because I'll break down why this coin is so valuable, what to look for, and how you might just have a fortune sitting in your couch cushions. Alright, let's dive into what makes this 1962 D penny worth more than some people's houses. So, first things first, what does the D mint mark mean? Well, it means this penny was minted in Denver. Nothing crazy there. In fact, millions of these were made. But this particular one is special. And here's why. The error that made this penny a fortune. Rare coins are usually worth big money because of mistakes. Just like in life, sometimes errors can pay off. This $2 million 1962 D penny had a double die obverse, meaning the design was stamped twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect. Imagine trying to sign your name and accidentally doing it twice. It's like that, but with Abe Lincoln's face. Another key factor? It was in pristine condition, graded MS 67+ by PCGS. That's basically coin language for almost perfect. The one that got away. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was sorting through an old jar of pennies, just a regular Tuesday night, right? And I found a 1962 D penny. I got super excited, did my research, checked for doubling, and guess what? Nothing. Just a regular OL 1 cent piece. But get this, I later found out that someone at a coin shop did get lucky and found a rare 1962 D penny in their spare change. They sold it for 6 figures. 6 figures. Meanwhile, I was out here making exactly 1 cent per penny. Life isn't fair, folks. How to spot a valuable 1962 D penny. Alright, now that you know what makes this coin so special, let's talk about what you should be looking for. Look at the condition. Higher grades mean bigger bucks. If your penny looks like it's been through 100 years of bad decisions, it's probably not worth much. Consider getting it graded. If you think you have a rare variety, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional authentication. And if all else fails, at least you've learned how to appreciate pennies instead of tossing them into the depths of your couch forever. Alright folks, That's the crazy story of the 1962 D Lincoln penny worth $2 million. So, next time you get a handful of change, don't just shove it in your car's cup holder. Check those pennies. You never know, you could be holding on to a small fortune. If you found this video helpful, or at least mildly entertaining, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin hunting tips, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a rare money-making opportunity. Now, go check your change. And if you find something valuable, don't forget who told you about it first.